I feel the energy tickling here, but I don't really see anything at this moment. On if my third eye don't really see anything at this. I can feel. So
Yeah.
any suggestion to improve on this?
This is actually very normal. A lot of people who are
Yes,
practicing their third eye, and even
yes,
some people would even imagine as if they have an eye, and it's not just these
yes,
two eyes they see from, but there's also the third eye on our, forehead
yes.
that we're gonna see through. So some people imagine that, but everyone who is practicing, or at least trying to open, their third eye, or just doing the energy work, or even naturally, they will feel the tickling. So your sensations are
Mm,
good. It's an
mm,
indication that yes, it is opening. Yes, like the energy is moving
mm,
over there. Um,
mm,
there are things you can try. For some people, like there's this emotional freedom tapping technique,
mm,
EFT.
mm.
You might have seen
EFT.
videos or photos, but there are
Oh,
certain points on the body where you're just gonna do tapping, right? Tap, tap, tap. That's all we're gonna
okay.
do. So there are
Mm,
certain points. It connects to our nervous system, and we're just gonna tap the point. But we can also have an intention. Opening third eye, for example, right? Or my third eye is open. You kind of said what you would like to have. My third eye is
okay.
open, and there are certain points that you're gonna tap. So now you're gonna tap your body. My third eye is open, and you're tapping. My third eye is open, and you're tapping. My third eye is open, and you're tapping. My third eye
Okay.
is open. So there are certain points on the body, and you can find a photo online, or I can send it to you after we're done with the session. And all you're
Mm,
doing is like you set an intention. For some people, like my migraine is
mm,
gone, my back pain is gone, I am financially free. Like really, it can be
mm,
used in many ways.
mm.
There are plenty of videos on this technique. But for some people, like,
Okay.
it's that tapping that works with your nervous system, but also energetically, and it frees up and it helps you with opening your third eye. So that's one small exercise. Uh,
Mm,
you could even imagine like doing like gentle strokes, as in two sides and up and down a little bit. Uh, so you're allowing it to open, as if you would like to try to open it, right? So just gentle
okay.
caressing it, as if you're going to open it up by force. Again,
Okay.
little exercise, but something to do. It's like practical stuff.
Okay.
The other thing is like you might feel the sensation and not see anything, like not get too much.
Yes, yes,
That is
yes.
okay. A lot of people actually do see. There is an image, there is reality, but it's pure darkness,
Mm,
even though they're seeing stuff. By that I mean, imagine like this camera film, a film roll,
yes.
right? The older photos where you had this film and you would see the frames. So when you have only one frame, you can like kind of look at the sky and look through the frame, and you will see a clear picture. That's great. Now that's perceiving one reality, which you do through your eyes. But
Mm,
when you put a layer on the layer, two photos kind of create a darker image. And it's a bit harder to make out what's out there, but you can still see things.
mm,
What happens with most people
mm,
here in humanity is that when they practice, and let's say they feel the tickling and they're seeing stuff, but there are
mm.
too many realities that open up. Because they don't have certain
Okay.
intentions or goals, it's like
Mm, mm,
seeing 50 camera views in one frame, which makes it pure darkness because there's so many things going on that it's hard to make out what's going on.
mm,
So, what you can do is put the intention to focus only on one reality, which is when we connected last time and you focused
mm,
on a certain thing, like that
mm,
spaceship event and helping out your group, connecting with others,
mm.
right? You had a specific setting, an event, an issue, a thing you were looking at. You had one item to focus on. And
Okay.
then your visuals turn on. Then you start seeing clearer. So when practicing working with the third eye, it is very important to know that we want to look at one thing at a time. Because for us to process two or more is really hard. And it would be triggering because there's just too much out there. So focus on like trying to see only one reality. You close your eyes, it's pure blackness, for example, like pure darkness, nothing there, and you have the tickling in your third eye. Try to focus on a certain setting. again, your forest and a river, or something that would make you feel good, relaxed. Or maybe the canyons of Mars or something, or maybe you're in the moon underground base. Or,
mm,
like you said what you would like to experience. And
mm,
for some people, again, there might be limitations. One is having too many realities out there. The other thing
mm,
why they will not see stuff right away is that there are blockages or fears or agreements. For example, they do not want to see entities. It's kind of like some people are
mm,
scared of spiders or mice or something else, like just having a fear of something. Like, I don't want to see that stuff because every time I see
mm,
it, it's just, ugh, I don't like it. So there
okay,
might be entities that look scary, meaning you've seen them
okay.
before, it is scary, you do not want to look at it again. So you create this protection shield that I don't want to see something scary out there. But there are a lot of things that are scary out there. So it's like natural that people will block themselves from seeing it. Some people don't want to look at and confront some of the traumatic experiences. Or even as like when you look at what's out there, the other beings can also look at you. So you make yourself
Mm,
visible. To block that
oh, okay.
perception and keep everything fully dark kind of makes you more invisible, so to speak, invisible to a lot of beings. Because
Oh, okay,
once you start
okay.
looking, depending what you look at, like someone else will look at you. Not that they will hurt you or
Mm,
anything, but for most people, it's just too much. It's like being in a classroom and being kind of shy, don't want to be seen. You don't want to get things wrong, so you're going to try to keep your head down and try to be the invisible. A lot of people,
okay,
have
okay.
that going on in life where I don't want to be
Yes,
called, I don't want to be answered, I don't want to be involved. I
yes,
just
yes.
want to look at, but no trouble.
Mm,
So for us, no trouble means close up, close the visuals. So there might be
oh,
a lot of things in the background, like limiting beliefs, decisions,
mm,
things in the background that like we put it as a protection, but later see as self sabotage or limitation. We protect ourselves from seeing something negative or dark or nasty, but it's also like keeping us safe. And then we see it like, hey, because I'm
ah,
keeping myself safe, I will not see that stuff. So
okay, understand.
setting the intention that I am okay with seeing more. I am okay
Okay,
to experience more
okay,
realities. Yeah. I'm okay
okay.
to open up myself to more opportunities out there. I'm okay with being
Mm,
seen. You decide, like, again, the wording is up to you. I am open to it.
okay, I
I'm
understand.
okay. I'm fine. Like, it all depends on how you open it yourself to it.
Okay.
So there's that. Another thing that might get in the way is that a lot of people don't like this reality. And if they could imagine and see, they would go to the other belief system and never come back here. Meaning, if they would have the perception and they would tune into it, just like people
Mm,
fall asleep and dream, that reality
mm,
is becoming really alive, clear, and it feels real. Some people dream and they feel like, hey, well, that was real as can be. So, real as can
mm,
be, but we were there for a short period of time. Now, if you could consciously focus on it and extend your time of being as how long can you be there? How long can you perceive that other
mm,
reality? It's like your consciousness would shift and you would not be living here on this world, but you would live somewhere else. So for a lot of
mm.
people, seeing visuals opens up this escapism. They would not
Okay, I
they would
understand.
disconnect from this life.
Oh,
So you
okay.
would have to decide, I will stay here, but I will see stuff. You don't give yourself a
Okay.
way out.
Okay, okay.
Because a lot of people will say this like limiting belief or limitation. It's like kind of putting a leash on yourself and like making sure if you came here for a reason to help someone
Mm,
wake up or to support them and stuff, you will not run away
mm,
when the problem comes up.
mm.
So you're holding yourself on a leash with that rule that if you would see stuff you would escape. I know this about myself, so I'm gonna block any visuals to hold on myself into that agreement that I'm gonna help someone else. So you have to break your decision.
Okay.
You can choose to that you can leave or you can stay. All depends on you.
Uh,
But you allow yourself that you are allowed to see. Because previously, before incarnating here, for example, you knew that if you would see stuff, you would get away. So again, like working on your
mm,
beliefs. The other thing is just pure practice.
Okay.
what we did in our last session, just practice
And
opening yourself to a different reality, and even spend more time
mm,
maybe not talking to things, maybe not solving things, maybe not finding out the history, but just looking. And that perception where you focus on what is it that you hear in that environment, what is it that you
oh,
see in that environment, are there any smells, can you touch things around, and
mm,
all the 5 6 human senses we have, the primitive ones, we try to experience those in another reality and just focus on one thing at a time. You might imagine yourself in a whole new planet or on a spaceship, but what you're going to do first is, instead of trying to walk up to everyone and talk and find out what's going on and explore, just stand or sit
also
and try to hear. Oh, there are footsteps. Oh, they're making food in the
okay.
kitchen. There's like a lot of chattering around. So now you practiced your hearing. And now you try to smell. Well, what are they cooking? What are they talking about? Like, so you go into different senses and just spend some time trying to work on one sense. What you
Work on
see,
one
what you
sense, huh?
smell.
Work
Yeah,
on okay.
right.
Not one sense. Okay.
You could even
Yes.
go and taste stuff and lick the walls and stuff. Like, like really depends. Really depends.
Okay.
But yeah,
Mm,
practicing the senses is what allows you to open up to different realities, but it's also expanding your third eye.